chat. There, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What ad was that from? The cell phone company, I think. Audio, no volume, no sound. Can you hear me now? Good, there you go. Awesome, thank you. Alrighty. What fun would it be without any hiccups, right? Lots of hiccups. I fixed it, yes I did. It was just a click of a button. Wow, I'm warm. I just got back in from a kind of a speed walk, call it a walk, half run. Tried to get some exercise in before the live stream, so I'm still a little bit warm. But anyways, it's beautiful up here in Nova Scotia today. It's, I don't know, what is it? 19 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty much, what is that? Like 68, I guess, in Fahrenheit. So yeah, loving the temperature. Tomorrow's supposed to be even warmer. It's supposed to be 29 Celsius, which, I don't know. What is that, 80, 85? Like warm for here. No sound again? Really? No. Please tell me the sound works. Somebody said no sound again, but I haven't changed anything. Never mind. Sound is good here. Okay, never mind. All right. The backyard gardener. Must have been something on your end. No, I see the little green thing bouncing back and forth, so I think we're okay. Yeah, so what's new? I have not come out with a video since, or when was it? Last Thursday, I think. But I'm planning one for tomorrow. Taking me a little bit extra time to make that, but just getting my thoughts together. If anybody has any questions for me, let me know. You can enter it in the chat. If you put QQQ in front of your question, that'll help me find it. I can search on anything, but I decided to search on QQQ. So if I type QQQ in here, it'll only show me those chat messages that have that in it. So that's the way we do that. Let me jump into the chat though first and see who all is here. The Dirt Princess, how you doing? What is this dust action you speak of? Yeah, so you're referring to the poll that I put in there. Yeah, so I did some, not really renovations, that's too aggressive a word, I guess tidying up. I did put up a like an acoustic wall, which I can show you, like vertical boards. How do I do this here? Sky, there you go, there you go. There, you can see me from that camera up there. You can see what I did to my wall. So I don't know if that's helped the sound. I just thought it looked cool. I've seen it online before, so I thought, hey, why don't I give that a shot? So that's what I've done. And yeah, I think it looks better, kind of tied it up. I also added a carpet, a little thicker carpet down below here, tidied things up. Yeah, so there you go. Busy weekend. Busy weekend. So why did I even say that? What's going on here? Why did I even say that? I lost my train of thought already. Oh, the dust. Yes, of course. So as many of you know, when I show my setup here, when people ask me, you know, what are you using for a camera or whatever, and I switch to my iPhone and I show you, there's a lot of dust in the back. Well, I took everything apart this weekend, took it out of here so that I could do this wall and put the carpet down, and then I reset everything up. And of course, I dusted everything while I did that. So yeah, I suppose I shouldn't wait until I do a complete remodel of my office to actually dust, so I will try to be better at that. It's just usually pretty low on my priority list. So that is the dust I speak of. Hello, Garth from Lucasville, just down the street. How you doing? Good to see you again. Violetta is here. How you doing, Violetta? Scott is here. How you doing, Scott? Good to see you. Fancy new live stream thumbnail. Yeah, I thought I'd change it up. And yeah, I did some counting. This is live stream number 149 that I've done, which kind of blows me away. So yeah, next week is kind of a mini milestone, 150. Maybe I should do something special. I don't know. Any ideas? Let me know. Have a little party. Home Health Harmony, how you doing? Good to see you. Here early for the first time for you. Awesome. Good to have you here. Let's see, hard to believe here in PA, Pennsylvania, last Monday we had frost. Now 3 days in the 90s, crazy weather. Wow, 90s is a bit hot for me, but it's nice. It's nice. How is it here? Here it's, well, so I guess it's around 70 Fahrenheit, but it's supposed to get closer to 80 or even above that tomorrow. So we're probably getting your weather, like Pennsylvania into New England, whatever weather you get goes up the coast and then gets us. So yeah, hopefully we get some warm weather. Still a little chilly to go swimming though. Hello, Mike. Good to see you here. Good to see you, Mike Adventure Sparks. Connie the Super Ager, good to see you as well. Hudson Valley, New York. Safari Afghanistan, good to see you here as well. Barefoot Lawn 808, aloha from Hawaii. Good morning, everyone. Good morning? Oh, it must be the next day in Hawaii, is it? No. Hawaii is that? Oh, Hawaii is pretty far away. What time is it in Hawaii? I've never been. Handsome Mike. Does Mike have a new nickname? Handsome Mike? Or you're just calling a spade a spade? Mike is handsome. There you go. Love your survey. Too funny. Yeah. Just thought I'd throw up something different there. Here's a question. Any idea what happened to Brian Johnson's Future Creators channel? I can't find it. Not too sure, but I actually watched Brian put out a new video. Was it yesterday? Yesterday is when I watched it. So go check out Brian G. Johnson TV, his channel there. And he put out a new video there, and he kind of talked a little bit about the new channel he was setting up. I didn't know it was gone, but he did talk about kind of doing a reset. So it's good to see Brian back there. I always forget I can add a poll to my live streams. Yeah, I do too. I do too. It's usually a fun way to get things going. Lori's here. How you doing, Lori? Good to see you. How's the weather where you are? So if it's going to be like 90 here, you're in New England, usually a day before us. So whatever you have today, we get tomorrow, usually. Not always, but usually. All right, Lily. How you doing, Lily, from San Antonio? Good to see you. All right, Tumbleweed Talk is in Idaho. Awesome. All the way from Idaho. Hey, Rachie, how you doing? Can you guess how often I dust behind my desk? I don't know, Lori. Jennifer Rundle, how you doing? All the way from Dallas. Good to see you here. Incidentally, I'm going to mention this again, and I'll probably mention this most weeks until we get there. But speaking of Dallas, there is a conference called VidSummit that they put on in Irving. I never forget if it's Irving or Irvine. But anyways, it's close to Dallas in Texas. In late September that I plan on going to. If anybody else plans on going to, I may try to do a live stream from there. It's basically a show. It's like a conference for creators by creators. So you get a bunch of creators up on stage giving talks, speaking, and a great opportunity to network with other creators. So I plan on going and hope to see some of you there. All right, greetings from New Jersey, the Roadkill crew. How you doing? Good to see you. Probably, yeah, Lori dusts every day, do you? Really? Let's see. Life with Gen X Values, how you doing? Good to see you here. All the regulars are here. No audio. Okay, so I think we fixed that though, didn't we? We did. Okay, I'm just gonna scooch right through a lot of this stuff here. Question for the masses. If you do YouTube and you don't watch Rob on Tuesdays, are you really even trying? Yeah, that's a good question, Scott. I don't know. I would say maybe they could be trying harder. How's that? They could be trying harder. 91. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right. So yeah, I think we're getting that tomorrow. And I don't think I have anything on my schedule tomorrow, so I might get a little bit of sun. Maybe try to go for another run. Beverly from Atlanta. How you doing, Beverly? Tori in Oregon. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you. All right. Sounds good here. All right. Sound is good. Let's see. Question. How do you plan your videos? Do you script it, bullet point it, or just have some loose points to film off of? I rarely script. I will only ever write a script if it's something for example, if I'm making a video to advertise something that I'm offering, like let's say, so for example, my Creators Growth Project, it's like a mentorship thing that I offer, like a cohort. We just wrapped up the second one yesterday, and I'll be starting another one, or I'm not sure exactly when yet, probably late next month. When it comes time to announce that, I'll probably make a video that basically advertises it. Say, hey, if you're interested, this is something I offer, like an 8-week condensed mentorship thing, Creators Growth Project. Anyways, when I make a video like that, the video like that's not going to do great on my channel because it's ad. I'm selling something, it's an ad, and that's fine. But you know, as long as, you know, a small percentage of people are interested in that, I think there's value in putting a video like that out. So anyways, when I have something like that I want to make a video super small or super short, and I don't want to forget anything, I may use a script. Other than that, most of my videos on my channel are unscripted, at least the last 2 years. 2 years ago is when I started doing them unscripted and just going by bullet points. Often, I'm going to say it's 50-50. I will go with either bullet points or nothing. Sometimes I just have a title. I might do a little bit of research on the title, just get my thoughts together, and then I'll go outside and I'll just go for a walk and talk to my camera, talk to my phone, and do it that way. Other times I might take a little cue card with me, just a little 3x5-inch card with a couple of bullet points written down, maybe the title written down just to remind myself what I wanted to talk about when I go for the walk, and I'll do it that way. So I find you get the most authentic videos if you do not read from a script, if you just go by bullet points. Now, if there's several points you want to make in a video and you're concerned with forgetting some of the points sometimes, then that's when it's a good idea to have some bullet points to fall back on. Like, so let's say there's 5 different things I want to talk about in my video, and each one I might talk about for 3 to 5 minutes each. And all I might need is 2 or 3 or 5 words in a bullet point to remind me, oh, that's what the next point is. So I'll just kind of glance down, right, and then I'll deliver that point. And then afterwards, you know, look back down again and then deliver that point. So each time I look down at the bullet points, I can delete that. Sometimes I don't, if I just kind of want to prove the point that you can make a video while looking at bullet points. People don't tend to really mind. But other times I will delete it if I want the video to be a little tighter, delivered a little more efficiently, right? So that's the way I do it. That's my process. We have a super chat. Where's my super chat button? Oh, there we go. That's still working. There we go. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see here. And no, there was no question with that. That was just, I guess we call that a super thanks. So I really appreciate that, Mike. Thank you very much. Alrighty, let's go here. Okay, all right, I just answered that one. What else we got here? Super thankful. My last video is a 1 out of 10. The previous one before it was a 9, LOL. Congrats, that's awesome. Those 1 out of 10s are awesome. And be careful though not to fall into the trap of always expecting a 1 out of 10, right? Like quite often when you think you've got a 1 out of 10 as you're uploading it, it won't happen. Like that's happened to me many, many times. And you may go 10, 12 videos in a row that are anywhere from 5 to 10 out of 10 before you finally get another 1 out of 10, right? So and that's normal. That's normal. Don't expect a 1 out of 10 every time. For those who don't know what we're talking about here, I don't know when they first start showing it, but in your YouTube studio, after you have, I think, 10 videos on your channel, each time you upload a new video, after 30 minutes goes by, at least 30 minutes has to go by, it'll start showing you how well your latest video is ranking of your last 10 videos. So 1 of 10 means, you know, it's number 1 out of your last 10. If I just show you, I think my latest one is right in the middle somewhere. I'll show you what I mean. If I share my screen right here. Okay, so this is my YouTube studio. So you see it right here. This is my latest video, ranking by views, 5 out of 10. So this one's a 5 out of 10, average. Views, average. So, and you can hover over this and it'll show you your last 10 videos and how many. So in this case, so it was 4 days and 20 hours ago that I uploaded this video. Well, this is where it ranked. Each of these other 9 videos, it's showing how many views they had in their first 4 days and 20 hours. Okay, so that's the way it's showing you this. So yeah, when you get a 1 out of 10, that's awesome. Love seeing that. Traveling with Russell. Mr. Beast has said publicly he will never get another 1 out of 10 video unless he was to break a world record for a new published video and the instant amount of views for it. Well, to Mr. Beast, I would say, chin up, buddy. Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you can do it. If you're watching this, Mr. Beast, and I know you are sometimes, you're watching my videos and my live streams. If you're watching this, then chin up, just double down, and I'm sure you can do it if you really put your mind to it. There's my advice. Positive attitude. If you got a negative attitude, it won't ever happen. So the only way it can happen is with a positive attitude. Is that corny? I believe it. I believe it. Remember though, the 1 out of 10 list is only based on the previous 9 videos, not your overall channel. That is correct. That is correct. All right, what else we got here? Question from Jennifer. I am interested in your private group training you are building a wait list on. How much does that cost to participate? I hope it is okay for me to ask here. It's 100% okay to ask. It was $2,500 last time, and that was for an 8-week program. So what it is, and I'm going to be talking to the current group. It's not just an 8-week program. It's the 8-week program, and then there's 12 months of basically group support. There's also one-on-one calls that you get with that. So you can sign up for one-on-one calls with me whenever it makes sense for you to do so. And then we do hot seats and whatnot within the group sessions, the weekly group sessions. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to be getting feedback from the current group and may make some changes to it based on what they tell me they liked and maybe just didn't like, what could be done better and things like that. So yeah, that price I just gave you, that's what it was last time. We'll see what it is going forward. And as long as there's demand for it, so this last one, I think it took me 2 or 3 weeks before it was filled up. So I take 10 people at a time. The first time I ran it, it filled up in 3 days. So this last time it didn't fill up as quickly, but it did fill up. I think we filled it the day before it started. I was still going to run it with I think we had 9, but with 1 day to go. But we got our 10th. So yeah. So basically, as long as there's demand for something like this, I will keep offering it. So that's why I can't really set a schedule for the rest of the year, but tentatively, if there's demand, we're going to run it again in June. And I will tell you, for anybody who's interested, what I'm thinking for the next one is it'll be not at the same time. So the last 2 I've run at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the group sessions were. And I was getting a lot of feedback when I was trying to fill up the second session that the timing didn't work for them. If it was later in the day, it would be better. So I think what I'm going to do for the third one is run it in the evening. Okay, call it night classes or Creators Growth Project Night Edition or something like that. And like not too late, probably I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7 p.m. my time, so 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time is what I'm tentatively thinking, but we'll see. We will see. Cool angle, and I like that wall treatment. Yeah, no, it's I like it too. It wasn't that hard to put up. Actually, what was difficult is, so for those of you who are into construction, I'm not really into construction, but see the black, so it's wooden slats that are basically sticking off, and they are stapled to basically felt, the black felt behind it. And ways to install it, you could screw through the black felt with black screws, hope to get a stud, right? Not just drywall. But, you know, in North America here anyways, and I don't know if this is global, I doubt it is, but in North America, studs are on 16-inch centers. But 16-inch centers doesn't always line up to the black felt. So that's a problem. So the other way to do it is you can put two pieces of wood like horizontally, you know, one up here, one down here, and screw into that all along. That would work, but that would have stuck off a little too far and it would have caused me problems over here where it meets up with the door frame. Anyways, I used glue. I used caulking, like adhesive. So it's not coming off now. It's there for good. But that's all right. I think it's an upgrade. Let's see now. What else we got? Oh, sorry, Scott. If it makes you feel better, I had the best stats in my latest video and it still bombed. That sucks. That's all right, though. Good stats. I mean, that's a positive, right? All right. You like the new look. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Question. Luisa here. How you doing, Luisa? Louisa? Hi from hot Puerto Vallarta. Do you ever add a video clip into a scene? Yes. Yeah, like video in video, that kind of thing. Absolutely. You can do that the same way you do B-roll, right? So if you have tracks in your video editing software, the lower track will be whatever you want in the background. So let's say here, you see me here. Actually, can I do, yeah, I can do a little picture in picture here. There. So what you're seeing is picture in picture. I've got the bottom level is me. And then on top of that, so it would be the next level up if this was a video I was editing, would be the other camera angle, which is from that camera back there. Okay, but that could also be a video you import into your editing software. It could be video, it could be a screen share if you want. You could have the background be a screen share and the foreground be, I mean, I could really mess this up here if I want to. I can resize this like this. Right? I mean, I can make that really big and then I can change the order, put that one on top and then make that smaller. I'm really messing stuff up here now. Right? I can put myself in the inset and put this one full screen. Right? So there's all kinds of different things. And doing it live here in Ecamm would be no different than doing it in a video. Well, it would be different, I suppose. But what I mean is, sorry, I'm trying to get it back to where I had it, and I'm not going to be able to. All right, bear with me. I knew I shouldn't have done this. Let's make it that big, and then we'll go full screen with this. But I will rearrange the order again, put that below. There we go. And there we go. There you go. There we go. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. Bring in videos that you put on a track above, bring in photos, images, logos, text, whatever it is you want to do. You can do that. And you can decide in the timeline how long it's going to be there, right? Like, cut it off on the left side and cut it off on the right side. What you're left with is the start and the end time. I don't know if that makes sense. These kinds of things are usually easier to visualize. You know what? Maybe next week I'll do a demonstration on doing that. I'm not prepared to do that today, and I don't want to waste your time by trying to get that set up, but I will do a demo. I'm going to write that down. Next week, demo, picture in picture. Next week. Done. All right, let me just get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Do you think the title, I'm just looking at the current one right now, Tumbleweed Talk, do you think the title makes much difference in views? Yes, I do. Not necessarily for like search or anything like that. It's got to do with the click-through rate, right? Your title and your thumbnail are what people will see when deciding what to click on, right? So that's always going to have an impact. But what has the most impact is what's actually in your video. And more specifically, when people watch your video all the way through, right? When people are watching a good portion of your video, that is the best thing. So how do you get people to do that? Well, first you got to get people to click to get in there, and your title's going to help with that. And And your topic needs to be something that people are interested in, right? There's no point in talking. You can make a fantastic video, but be talking about something that just nobody cares about. And that's not going to do well, right? Doesn't matter how well you've edited it, how great the title and thumbnail was. Like if it's not something that people are interested in, excuse me, got the hiccups. No one will watch it, and therefore YouTube won't, give it any more impressions. So that's the most important thing. But title's important too, for sure. Let's see. Question from Jen SP. Does YouTube only pay in dollars or in the currency of the country? Jenny from South Africa. Well, so I'm in Canada, and they pay me in Canadian dollars. Right? When I go into my YouTube studio, what I see is US dollars, but they convert it for me before they send it to my Canadian bank account. So now I don't know if that's the only way you can set it up. That's the way I set it up here in Canada. And I honestly don't remember if there was a different way. If, let's say I had a US dollar bank account, maybe US dollars could have been put into, sent to me, and then I could convert it myself. I don't know. I didn't do it that way. So I don't know if that helps you. I don't know how it would work from South Africa, but my guess is it would be similar to the way it works for me in Canada. So yeah, I would think they would convert it for you and pay you in, and I don't even know what your currency is. I apologize, but yeah, so I hope that helps. Let's see now. Let's see, what else do we have? How did you get better at speaking so well to the camera? I do B-roll videos with voiceover because my verbiage comes across much better, but I'd like to get back to doing sit-down videos. Honestly, I didn't take any courses or anything like that. I just practiced. I just decided to do it. And if you go back to my earlier videos, you'll be able to see a difference, right? I was not very good when I started, but that also doesn't even really matter. Some of my best performing videos are ones that I made a couple years ago. And when I was still real green around the edges, I was not very good at speaking to the camera. I would lose my place. I would have to look at my notes. I would even get a little bit flustered. I mean, I was one who never liked talking in large crowds, and I would be nervous. I would start to sweat. I would turn red, all the stuff, going through school. That was me. And when I decided I wanted to do YouTube, I thought it was a real cool thing. I said, yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. I was already making videos for other people, but more like screen sharing type videos or editing other people's videos. I was never in them. It was never my face. I got into voiceover, so I did that for a year or two through Fiverr. I was doing voiceover jobs, and that was kind of fun. I think that probably helped me a little bit, I guess, with things like, just speaking. I mean, but that was hard too. Like for voiceovers, it's really important to not have any echo in the room and things like that, and to deliver your sentences correctly. And so that was a lot of work. A lot of times I had to repeat lines over and over and over again to get them just right. Whereas, once I decided to start putting myself in my videos, that wasn't an option. I wanted to be able to just speak. And what I discovered is when people are watching YouTube videos like mine, like the videos that we all see, not highly produced, just regular people making regular videos, the ones that tend to do better are the ones where people are just being themselves, and they're not great at speaking necessarily. They do say and ah a lot, or clear their throat, or mispronounce words, or whatever it is, right? They're not perfect. But, I would argue, well, what is perfect? When I say they're not perfect, what I mean is not perfect for, let's say, being hired by a talent agency or, a movie studio to go make movies and TV commercials and things like that. It's not that perfect. We're just being real people. And it turns out that's what people want. That's what viewers want to see. Those are the types of videos viewers want to watch on YouTube. I think people are tired of the heavily produced videos that almost look like shows, like TV shows. I think it used to be cool to make videos like that, like say 10 years ago for sure, maybe even 5 years ago, but let's go back 10 years ago. Making videos was harder than it is today, right? Today we've got these phones that are all you ever need for a camera. 10 years ago, you probably had to spend $5,000 on a camera to get one that would do really good video, right? And things like microphones, wireless, and all this stuff. Everything was harder. Editing programs weren't as good as they are today. It was hard to make good videos, but people started to understand. It's like, wow, if I get good at all this stuff, I can make videos that are kind of as good as TV shows with like a cool intro, almost like a theme song with you could design logos and all this stuff. And it was cool. And people all of a sudden felt like, wow, like I'm just as good as Hollywood now. I can make a TV show. Like this is cool. And it was, and it is, but I just don't think, I think we're over it, We're over it. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, we can all do that. Great. But that's not really why. People aren't going to YouTube because they want to watch TV necessarily. They miss Seinfeld or Friends or something like that. They're not tuning into YouTube for that necessarily. Maybe, some people are sometimes. But for the most part, people are looking for connection. They find a creator they like what they're talking about, they like the way they speak. They'll subscribe and they'll watch more of their stuff. They don't need any fancy intro. They just want this person to speak to them like a real human being. So, yeah. Now, did I know all this? No, I didn't know all this. I stumbled into this when I made my first video like that, just being me, trying to imagine talking to a friend, answering a question that a friend of mine just asked me. And in my mind, I'm trying to think, okay, I'm just talking to this guy. I'm just talking to him. He doesn't know anything about YouTube. I'm going to talk to him about YouTube. And that's the way I approached it. And I spoke to the camera as if I was speaking to him. And it worked. And, that's what people wanted. That resonated with people. And they loved that. And I got so many comments from people saying, this was refreshing. Like, this is just, I can tell it's just you speaking to us, and it's like you're just speaking to me, some people said, not a group of people. So that's important too. Anyways, you get my point? That was a long-winded answer, as many of you know I'm good at this point, or bad at, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, so just try. Just practice, just do it. And the only way to get better at any of this, I firmly believe, is to actually do it. It's not something you can learn by watching videos. Or even, I'd like to think that I'm being helpful by saying the things that I say, but ultimately, I can only talk so much. Ultimately, it does come down to you actually doing the thing and taking a chance. And what's the worst that can happen? If you don't love it, remember that too. If you don't love the video that you made, that doesn't even matter, because you're not making the video for you. You're making it for other people. Other people will like it because you are who you are, right? So there you go. Let's move on. Let's see now. Hello. Yes, party giveaway. Party and a giveaway. Maybe I'll bring a beverage. Maybe, what can I give away? I don't know. Hello from Ryan and sunny Victoria. Hello, Ryan. Question from Bavids. Rob, I use Ecamm Live too. I think you said you used to use StreamYard. Why do you like Ecamm over StreamYard? So, I don't know that I can speak for StreamYard today. Well, I can't, because it's been a couple years since I've used it. But back when I did use it, and then I stopped live streaming for a while. I used StreamYard the first time I live streamed 2-3 years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago now. And it was great. But the feedback I was getting from my son, actually, who streams on Twitch through OBS, I believe he uses. He said, Dad, I was going to say Rob. He doesn't say Rob. He says, Dad, Dad, your bit rate is a little low. Like it's not as clear as it could be. And it's like there was no way to change the bit rate. There's no way to increase the quality on StreamYard back then. So I think I took a break from live streaming. When I finally got back into it was about a year after I had moved from PC to Mac. So I was right into the Mac, and I was loving Mac, and I was seeing these videos that, oh, if you love Mac and you want to live stream, Ecamm is what you need to be using. So I ended up getting Ecamm, and the quality was so much better. It was awesome. Now, I have heard that StreamYard is better now with their bitrate. But I just don't have any personal experience with that. So, two different things. Ecamm runs on your computer, right? So it's software that you have to download, and it runs on your computer, right? Whereas StreamYard is a service that you have to sign up for, and that runs through your browser. So think of it this way. With Ecamm, your cameras are connected to your computer. You are live streaming from your computer right to YouTube, through the internet to YouTube. With StreamYard, you live stream through the internet to StreamYard, and StreamYard turns it around and sends it to YouTube. Okay, so that's the way it works. And I thought maybe that might have had something to do with why the quality of the video wasn't as good with StreamYard back when I used it 2-3 years ago. But again, I think they might have fixed that for now. If anybody has any experience, let me know. Let us know. But that was the reason I switched when I did. And I've had no reason to switch back. I love StreamYard, and I know it fairly well. I was going to say like the back of my hand. Well, maybe not quite that good, but... Hello, Sweden. How you doing? Good to see you. Learning a lot from your channel, Tectonic Traveler. Good to see you as well. Let's see. Hello, 3D Placeland. Oh, 3DP Iceland. Good to see you here. Money Mayfield. We were 44 Fahrenheit in the morning and 94 in the PM. Holy cow. That sounds like desert area, maybe. Really cold in the evening, morning. But heats up that, I mean, that's crazy. 50 degrees Fahrenheit Delta, that's nuts. When I upload a video that it gets copyright claim and I wanted to delete it and edit again, and after editing, can I upload again quickly, or YouTube thinks I uploaded 2 videos in one day? I don't know that for sure. I would think, if it gets a copyright claim, deleting it is the right move. And then editing the video to remove the piece, whatever it is that was copyrighted that wasn't yours, and re-uploading it. I would think you should be able to do that within the same day. Yeah, I don't necessarily see a problem with that. Hey Karen, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, let's see. Rob, I'm experimenting publishing my live streams later as a real podcast, not just a YouTube playlist. Have you ever thought about or tried that? I figured one more billboard pointing back to YouTube. Actually, I think I saw that you did that. Was that you? Sorry, no, it might have been somebody else. But anyways, no, I haven't really thought about that. I used to add, whenever I did a live stream where I had somebody else on, so that it was like an interview, a special guest, I used to add that to the Over 40 podcast playlist that I created. But I haven't done one of those in quite a while. I plan on bringing them back. Not exactly sure if I'm going to use that podcast playlist or not, or just be part of the live stream show. But I don't know. Like, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how many videos you plan to make. So my initial thought for me would be, I've already got a lot of ideas. Like I probably have enough ideas for 30 videos right now that would be different than all my live streams. So because of that, I wouldn't want to take a spot away from a potential video by kind of re-uploading part of a live stream as a video, if that makes sense. That content is already on my channel in the live tab. So yeah, that's my current thinking. What I am starting to do instead is adding chapters to these live streams so that people can easily kind of go through the questions and click to go right to that point instead of having to watch 2 or 3 hours of a live stream to find out what I might have answered, right? So I'm hoping that, let me know what you guys think of that. I've done that for the last 2, I believe. I've added chapters, and it's a lot easier to do than it used to be, using ChatGPT and uploading my transcript and then asking it to create chapters for me automatically. And, you know, I can delete some if I want to, but pretty handy, pretty handy. I saw Brian Johnson's video pop up. Yes, I did too. It was a nice surprise. Nice surprise. Let's see. Let me see, just scrolling here. Rob, there's a website where creator types post their services. Any chance you know the name of it? I'm not sure what you mean, like where you can advertise what you offer, do you mean? And if so, no, I wouldn't know what that is, except for Fiverr. Like if you're a freelancer, you could go to Fiverr and, you know, advertise what you offer there. But yeah, no, I don't know. And maybe I misunderstood your question too. In the beautiful mountains of Arizona this week in the low 70s. That sounds nice and comfortable. Awesome. What criteria do you consider before you create a new channel? This question is for those of us who haven't made a video in, say, 2 years or more. What criteria do you consider? The first thing is to consider your audience. Who are your videos going to be for? And what do they want from you? Right? Like, how can you help them? That's the way I would approach it. If I wanted to come up with a new channel idea, I start there. Okay, if I have an idea, all right, well, who's going to be interested in that? All right, here they are. What else would they be interested in? So those are the things that I would think about first, and yeah, probably do a little bit of research to see what other channels might exist in that niche, and what kind of videos they're making, and what kind of videos are doing well. Right? Probably look into that a little bit, and then the basics. Come up with a name. Like, what name do you want? And it'd be nice if the name, it'd be nice if whatever name you came up with, the handle is also available. Like, Rob the Maritimer is my channel name, @Rob the Maritimer is my handle, right? Nobody had taken that. The handle has to be unique, right? If somebody had taken that, I might have had to do @Rob_the Maritimer, but I didn't have to do that. I think that's what I did for my Instagram channel, because Rob the Maritimer wasn't available, or maybe it was TikTok or something. Anyways, back when 4 or 5 years ago when I set those up. Anyway, so yeah, I come up with a channel name, and then the next would be avatar and channel banner. Spend a good amount of time on your first video. What's it going to be about? And yeah, I don't know. Did I touch all the bases? But audience, think of your audience. How can you help them? I'm a big believer in helpful channels. Helpful videos is the best way to grow a channel. Entertainment type channels are also popular. Well, you know, you can be successful with an entertainment channel as well. I don't consider mine an entertainment channel, more of a how-to helpful type channel. That's what I'm trying to do anyways. But entertainment, I think that would be harder. Or for me, it would be anyways. I think you need to be entertaining, whether funny, comical, I don't know, charming, whatever. Entertainment, I think is harder, but it might not be for everybody. Well, it isn't obviously for everybody. So you got to pick your lane and identify what you're good at as well. That might help, right? So those are some things to think about. Bob from Knoxville, Tennessee, first time live. Awesome, Bob. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. We do this every week, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Alrighty. Peanut. Where is Peanut? Oh, she's on the chair behind me. She's on the chair behind me. Alrighty. How long did it take you to get traction after you started posting 3 videos a week? Almost right away. It was almost right away. It was, I started 3 a week in March, I think it was March of 2024. And yeah, that month, I mean, I had taken a long break, and then when I decided to get back at it hard, I did 3 videos a week and 1 live stream a week, and started that in March, and things started to roll from there. And I can show you that graph because I track all this stuff for my own self, but I think it's helpful to see things like this, and I've made videos about this. So this is a stats tracker that I created. If you want to download a copy of this and use for yourself, there's a link below that you can download that, the YouTube stats tracker. But you can see how many views I was getting per month here for the first couple of years. And it was here, March of 2024 is when I decided 3 videos a week. I think it was late March. But you can see like views per month, 12,000. That was the most I had ever done. Number of subscribers started to go up from there. 10,000, 16,000, 21,000, and then I had a viral video there. So yeah, once I started doing that, the subscriber count, it was still growing, but it started to really increase, right? But the watch hours is where, right, I was at 2,700, 28, but then it just started going up quite fast once I went 3 videos a week. So yeah, but everybody's different, right? It depends on your audience. It depends on your content, how interested people are in your content, how reactive you're being to people's suggestions, right? I made it, it wasn't just the fact that I started posting 3 videos a week and doing a live stream every week that caused my channel to grow. It was, I firmly believe it was because at every opportunity, I would tell people, like, we're growing this together. Like, I'm here. I didn't start YouTube with the idea of, okay, I want to make videos about this and only this, and let's just see how it goes. That's not really what my approach was. My approach was more, okay, I'm going to start with this, but then I want to involve my audience, my viewers, those who do end up watching or dropping into live streams. I'm going to ask them, what else do you want, right? So I started off with how-to videos, video editing, and then, I would do the best that I could by researching within my niche and what are people asking for, and then I'd make the videos, and I'd make a point at the end of every video to say, I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything else you'd like to see from me, let me know in the comments below. Right? I may answer, if you have questions, I may answer you right in the comments, or I may make a video to answer your question, right? So help me grow this channel together, and then that way, we're growing exactly the channel that you want, and you being the viewer. So I made it a point to always involve the viewer, say something like that at the end of every single video. At every opportunity, I would ask people to comment below, ask me a question. Tell me what you think of what I said in this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's okay to disagree. Believe it or not, I'm not always right. I'm wrong a lot. And, but YouTube is just it's like a petri dish. It's a big science experiment. And we're figuring this out as we go. And everybody's figuring it out at different rates, and things work differently for different people. So, I'm talking in circles now, but basically, yeah, involve your audience as best you can. Encourage them to comment below, in the comments section. Do live streams. Encourage people to comment in the live chat, right? I can remember the first time I started doing live streams. I was scared to death to start one, but when I finally did it, and I noticed people would show up, that was awesome. That's like, okay, opportunity. I can see there's a number 2 there. 2 viewers are watching me right now. I don't know who they are because I haven't left a chat message yet. But if I see that any number above 0, I'll say, oh, awesome. I see there's somebody here. Where are you watching from? Who are you? And yeah, I'm here to answer whatever questions you have. If you have no questions, I'll just keep doing my thing. But I'd love to know where you're watching from. I always like to know where people are watching from. And I say that, right? And that encourages some people to comment. And then then I got them. They'll comment and then I'll answer them back, maybe with another question or whatever, right? And if you approach it that way, not just live streams, but your comment section as well, and just make yourself available as much as you can, that I think is the best way to grow a channel. And don't be married to the topics that you're talking about on your channel, in your videos. Now I say that, this isn't everybody's style, but I guess it is mine. And that is, like, who knows? Like a year from now, all of my videos might be on motivation. I have no idea. It's wherever you guys steer me. Like I'm the boat, you guys are at the helm, and you've got your hand on the rudder, and you're kind of steering this. Did you like that? That was a kind of a cool metaphor. But you know what I mean? Like I don't have a giant plan, like this is where I'm going with this channel. In 10 years, I want to be talking about this. I don't really have a plan like that. So if you can be open to change like that, I think that's the best way to grow a channel, if that is what you want to do. There. I don't even know how we got on that. How did we start with that? Time for a drink. How we doing? Question, should I have automatic dubbing on? Can't hurt, I wouldn't say. I do. Might help people who don't speak the language you speak. I don't think it's perfect, but, again, same thing. I don't think any of our videos need to be perfect, as long as you're getting your point across. I've heard some people say, yeah, Rob, I listened to the Spanish version of one of your videos, and I just didn't like it. Like it was, the words didn't match up with your mouth and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, there's not much I can do about that. I'm not about to probably quadruple, or if not more, the time that I spend making a video to make it available in one more language by me. No, that's just not what I'm about. I think it's something that YouTube will continue to get better at. The transcribing, the translating, the auto-dubbing, and all that stuff. They'll continue to get better and better at that. All right. Is it a good idea to schedule the latest video? Could this build interest, or could it backfire if people don't click the notify me button? Schedule, so notify me. So I think you're confusing two things. If you schedule a video, nobody knows you've scheduled a video, right? So there'd be no notify me button. But if you set it as a premiere, then there would be a notify me button, and people would be notified when it premieres, right? I've actually never done a premiere. I've never seen the need to do one. Let me know if I should, but I'm always of the opinion if my video's ready, I just want to put it out to the world. I don't need to, right? So, a premiere is kind of like a video that acts as a live stream first. So I get to watch it with you guys. It's like a live stream, but as soon as it's over, then it reverts to a regular video. Kind of like a live stream, but you can do a live chat as well during a premiere. Anyway, that's not something I've done. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I saw that. Let's go QQQ. How to steady film while walking. Well, it's easy for me because I use an iPhone 16 that has stabilization built into the phone. So I can just use a selfie. Oh, actually, I'm using it as a tripod right now. Here, I'll just turn that around there. I've got it plugged in too. I don't need to have it plugged in. But yeah, this is the selfie stick I usually use when I go out walking. And I turn it around and I point it. I look at the back of the camera like this, and I don't know, is that there? You can probably see it better this way. So, and I talk to the camera like this. You could probably hardly hear me. And yeah, it's got stabilization built in to the camera. So I don't need a gimbal or anything here, just a regular selfie stick. Okay, so Yeah, if your phone doesn't have stabilization built in, then you can use a gimbal. But, you know, if you have a relatively new phone, have a look inside your settings because you may have stabilization in there as well. The other thing you can do is some editing software will allow you to steady things afterwards, okay? There's software that'll do that automatically. The way it usually works is it would have to crop in a little bit and then it would kind of stabilize things. It kind of moves to counter the moves, you know what I mean? And but in order to do that, it crops in a little bit. And the software I use, Camtasia, does not do that. But I know like DaVinci Resolve does. It allows you to do that after the fact. And I believe Final Cut and Premiere Pro do as well. All right, okay. I went back a little too far, I think. What's the difference between OBS and Ecamm Live? Ecamm Live only works on a Mac. OBS works on both, Mac or PC. OBS is free. Ecamm Live is not free. And actually, they've rebranded. They're just Ecamm now, not Ecamm Live. But anyway, it's not free, but I find it a whole lot easier. OBS is hard to learn. If you're not that techie, it might be hard to learn. Steeper learning curve. Ecamm is not nearly as hard to learn. So, but they're both highly customizable. Oh, one big thing that I love about Ecamm is this right here. Notice how I just put your question on the screen? Ecamm makes that super easy. Ecamm connects to your YouTube account, pulls in all the chats, and then I'm able to click on one and hide it, show it, hide it, click on another one, show it, and so on. So that's what, you know, you can't do that with OBS. There's a third-party plugin you can get that'll attempt to allow you to do that, and I say it that way because I tried it a couple years ago. Maybe it's better now, but I found it buggy. It wasn't reliable. Should I have automatic? Oh, I've already answered that one. How do you find people to do interviews with? Are you planning to do more? Yes, I'm planning to do more. What I've done in the past is I've reached out, right? I would just reach out to them. I'd find them, or I'll already know about them. I'll go to their channel and I'll look up their contact information. I'll send them an email. That's how I did it before, and it worked. You might not be able to get everybody you're trying to get that way. And there has been one or two people that I've reached out to that I never heard back from. So, right, it's, but yeah, I don't know of another way to do that. I wouldn't go bugging them in, say, a live chat like this if they were hosting something or in their comments. I wouldn't do that either. That would almost be like calling somebody out, like, hey, you're not answering my email, and right, so I wouldn't do that. Yeah, no, just go to their channel, look up their email address, or creators will often provide a way for people to get a hold of them, right? That's how you get brand deals, right? Like brands will reach out to me if they want me to make a sponsored video, let's say. If I want to be able to have brands contact me, I need to provide them with a way to get a hold of me. So I put my email address in my About section on my channel. So most creators who you might want to interview probably do that as well. I edited out the intro out of 20 videos I had queued up and re-uploaded them all the same day. Did not get any issues from YouTube about it. Okay, very good. Awesome. What's the most secure email account that we can create to attach to our channel? I'm nervous that the Gmail email account I have now is not secure enough and it could get hacked into. So it's not so much the email that, I mean, yeah, I've got no problem with Gmail, right? Gmail, but if you're concerned about things like that, you need to set up two-factor authentication. I think that's a must, right? You need to attach however you log in to your phone so that, you know, you can authenticate it on your phone to prove that it is you trying to log in. Okay? So that's one thing I suggest. Highly, highly recommend. But also to use a different email address to log into YouTube than the email address you actually give out to people. Okay, so they should be different email addresses. If you plan on giving people a way to contact you, it should be a different email address that you give them than the one you use to log in. Okay, another way you can get people to contact you, just kind of going back to the previous question, but this reminded me of it, is if you don't want to give an email address out at all, you can create a contact me form on your website. All right, that's another thing you can do. If you want to contact me, fill in this, and right, so you can do it that way as well. Hey Russ, how you doing? Good to see you. Question, 440 subs, 4,500 hours, good or bad? My channel have been running for 11 months. Good, that's great. You're over 4,000 watch hours in 11 months. I think that's fantastic. Just, yeah, another 560 subs and you'll be monetized if you apply. Way to go. Rob, you've got 100,000 subs, but how do you keep your YouTube account safe for potential hackers? I saw a video of someone who lost their 20-year-old channel. Yeah, I've seen videos like that too. Same thing I just mentioned, right? Have safeties built in, you know, different email address that you give out to people versus what you log in with, two-factor authentication, make sure that's set up, right? And make sure your passwords are secure. So that's what you can do. All right. 2 months doing videos, 14 videos, 6 more scheduled, 99 subs. It appears YouTube is only sending my video to current subscribers. Do I need to start live streaming to get videos out past just subs? No, you don't have to. If you make a video that YouTube thinks a greater number of people outside your subscribers would be interested in, they'll put it out there. Whether you're doing live streams or not. I think live streams will help, but that's not the main thing we're talking about here. First of all, 2 months, you've got 99 subscribers in 2 months. I think that's phenomenal. That's really, really good. That's, what did I have? My first 2 months, I was at 8 subscribers after 2 months. 8. It took me to get to 99 a year. I was at 85 after my first year. No, I'm sorry. That's, I got 85 in 1 month after a year. So no, to get to 90 subs, it was July. So 7 months it took me to get there. So no, you're doing fantastic. Just try to think outside the box a little bit, like the videos you're making for your existing subscribers. Try to make something slightly different that they would still be interested in. You know, if you can make a video that your existing subscribers are more interested in than usual, like maybe you open the door a little bit to you as a person, you share something personal, you know, whatever it is that might cause your existing subscribers to lean in a little bit. It's like, oh, what is Russ talking about today? This is interesting. This is a different side of Russ. I haven't seen this before. I really want to hear what this is. Right? If you can make a video that gets your existing subscribers to do that, YouTube will notice, right? Because they're testing on your subscribers. And if they see that your subscribers are watching longer than normal, a longer percentage than normal, they're clicking through to it more, like higher CTR than normal, all those things. If the signals are all up, if your subscribers are commenting more than normal, there's more engagement than normal, more likes, more shares, all that stuff, YouTube will notice that. And if that is happening, that's when YouTube will go, right, not YouTube, like nobody's making this decision. The algorithm will basically say, okay, we might have a good one here. Who else? Like, here's his subscribers. Who else might, if they really like this, I bet you these people would too. Let's put it there. Now they test again. And based on how that does with new people, YouTube may stop right there and say, okay, no, we were wrong. We guessed wrong. So no, they're not interested. And then it stops. Or if they are, and you're getting a lot more views, then they'll test it on a wider audience, and so on and so on. And that's how you end up reaching people outside. It usually happens a day or two later after a video goes up because YouTube is testing it on your subscribers first. So you want to over-deliver for your subscribers. And if you do and they really like it, excuse me, you may get pushed out beyond that. Live streams, not necessary for that. What are your top tips for efficient filming? I stumble a lot in my words because English isn't my first language. I just used over 9 hours to make a 15-minute video. I film with my phone. Okay. Tips for efficient filming. Let me put that back on the screen again. I'm going to change that. No, I can leave it like that. All right. Top tips for efficient filming. Don't stop recording between takes. Okay? And what I mean by that is if you have to, say, film 5 different sections and then kind of put them all together, and that's how you're going to make your video, don't record 5 different times. Like, press record, and then you can deliver it your 5 segments one at a time. Like, deliver a segment, like talking to the camera, talk. Now for segment 2, okay, what was segment 2? Okay, I want to talk about this. All right. And segment 2 is blah, 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 right? And then when I'm done, okay, segment 3. All right, yes, I want to talk about this. And then talk about that. So the whole time you're recording all of that, then you only have to bring in one file and then cut out the times when you were referring to your notes. Just chop those out and put the good parts together. That's one thing that saved me a ton of time. When I started this, I remember going outside with my camera to film a bunch of B-roll that I might use. It was before I was really making videos, and I was thinking, yeah, that would be great video or great B-roll in a video someday. But I can tell you, I've never ever gone back and used B-roll like that I filmed for possibly using later, right? It's just when I'm filming, if I make a video, like I say, I'll film one long recording of me talking. Then maybe if I'm walking home, I may do another recording of several B-roll shots, but it's done the same day, right? I think that way my B-roll kind of matches up with the main video, all taken on the same day, same weather conditions. It'll look kind of the same vibe. So I feel like that works. So I might have one main video file of me delivering that I have to basically edit, and then a second file might be a B-roll file. Or sometimes I'll just keep it recording and then start filming stuff that's going to be B-roll. And again, so that's still all in one file. Then I bring it into the editing and I edit it together into a video. The other top tip for me for being more efficient is that I don't do much editing. Okay, I don't, like, it's not abnormal for me to make a 20-minute video with only 2 or 3 cuts, or 1, or sometimes none. No cuts in there at all. Just leave my mistakes in. The less editing you do, the quicker your editing is going to be. It's that simple. And I guess practice as well, right? Like, the more you do this, the faster you'll get at it. You know, I think the big one is not doing any heavy editing, like images flying in and sound effects and text flying around and all this stuff, which looks cool, but I don't think is necessary. Sometimes it can help carry the message along, right? Like, I enjoy watching videos like that sometimes too, but often I'll be watching a video like that and I'm thinking, wow, that must have took a long time to make, right? That video, that would have taken me like a week to edit that. And I just don't, that's just not what I love to do. Like, some of you might love editing like that, and that's great. But for me, I like making videos. Like it's not just the editing. I like filming them. I like putting them on YouTube. I like looking at my stats when views are coming in. I like commenting with you guys in the comment section, like the whole thing. So I don't want to spend a week editing a video, right? I've talked about, so there's a video that I'm working on for tomorrow. I say working on, all I've really done is a little bit of like research and chats with ChatGPT to try to get my thoughts straightened away. But once I'm ready to do that, I'm going to go film that probably tomorrow morning outside, and I'll come back and I hope to have that up, edited, rendered, uploaded, and all checks passed, hopefully before noon tomorrow. So I'll do it all in a day. Half a day, but let's call it a day because some of the pre-work I've been doing today and yesterday. So I hope that helps. Question, is going live randomly okay? Miko Bell's Life and Style. Should I have a schedule? How can I see when my audience is watching the most? So your last question first. You can see when your audience is watching the most in your YouTube analytics. If you go to, I'm just going to go here quickly to see if I can see it on mine, and then I'll show you. Audience. Yeah, so here. Here is my analytics, and if you scroll down here, you'll see a little graph like this in your YouTube studio. And the darker purple are the hours where most people are here. And if you hover over it, it says most of your viewers are on YouTube. Over here, many of your viewers. If it's lighter purple, even lighter again, some of your viewers are on YouTube. And here, few are on YouTube. All right, so for example, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So it looks like most of my viewers are on YouTube between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. That's my local time. Okay, and so for example, right now it's 3:15 p.m. for me. So that's when most of my audience is online. So noon till 6 p.m. Eastern time. If that's the case, then it would probably make sense for me to go live somewhere in that time frame. Okay, basically afternoon, and I go live at 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay, probably at the beginning of this. Like if you went live here towards the end of the dark purple, then a lot of your viewers may be leaving. Okay, so, but again, this is just a guideline. Like the bottom line is, if you want to go live and you want to do it regularly, yes, to answer one of your other questions, I do think you should have a schedule, because people will get used to when you go live and they'll start showing up regularly, right? So yeah, I think that's important for growing a live audience, growing a community. But whatever time you pick to start going live, you got to make sure it works for you. Okay, don't try to bend over backwards because you think, okay, well, my stats are saying I really should be going live at this time, but that really doesn't work for me personally. If that's the case, then don't do it. Do something that does work for you personally, and you will naturally be growing your channel with, like, the people who do show up, that time works for them. Okay, you'll naturally be growing your channel with an audience for which that time works for. Okay, so in that case, like, this doesn't matter that much. It might be a good starting point, but I wouldn't be married to this. So I hope that helps. Let's see. How much of YouTube success do you believe is luck versus game plan and patience? Some new channels take off incredibly fast. Is this luck or playing the YouTube game correctly? Thoughts? I'm sure luck plays. I mean, yeah, luck probably has something to do with it, I'm sure, but how do I answer this? I believe we make our own luck. So, how does that saying go? You have to be lucky to be good, or do you have to be good to be lucky? Right? Like, what comes first? Horse, carriage, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I think we make our own luck. Like, if you need to be flexible, you need to take criticism objectively. You need to be open to change for YouTube to work. Nobody knows how YouTube works when you first start. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, and let's say you're here looking at this live stream and you're getting some advice, you're seeing some people in the comment section, you're hearing the way I answer questions, take it all with a grain of salt. Okay, like, I don't work at YouTube. I don't have any intimate knowledge of about the algorithm. I just know what has worked for me. And you know what? What has worked for me in the past may not work for me in the future, right? It's, and I don't know if people like it when I call it a game, but I do feel it. I treat it like a game. It is kind of like a game in the sense that, you know, you try pulling some levers over here and see what happens over there. And if you get a positive result, then maybe remember that for next time, but that doesn't mean it's going to work that way every time. Like, I don't know. I'm being kind of vague here right now, but I just don't believe there is one. It would be impossible for YouTube to create a manual telling you exactly how to succeed on YouTube. That book doesn't exist, nor could it ever exist, because it'll be different for everybody. It's highly dependent on your, the way you present yourself, the way people receive the way you present yourself, how responsive you are to your audience, right? What it is you're talking about. Are people even interested in that, right? There's so many things. I mean, so yeah, and what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me, like things like that. So yeah, I believe we make our own luck, and we have to be willing to change when things aren't working and try new things. That's super important. Try something different. And I think the worst thing you can do is blame the algorithm. Like, I can't tell you how many times, well, you guys probably know. If you read in my comments, you know, a lot of people blame the algorithm. My views are down. The algorithm doesn't like me. YouTube doesn't like me. I've been shadow banned. I hate that term. I hate that term. It doesn't, I don't believe in it. I don't believe it. All YouTube and the algorithm is doing is responding to what viewers want. YouTube doesn't want anything other than for their viewers to be happy. So whatever the algorithm is doing with your videos, it's in response to how the viewers are receiving your videos and what they think of your videos. So if you're not getting views, if you're not getting impressions, you may not know why, but the bottom line is it must be because viewers aren't liking it. And you might think, well, YouTube's not showing it to enough viewers. Well, they're probably showing it to some, and they're getting their signals from them. So you got to do something to try to keep, make those viewers happy. Like, how do you make a viewer happy? Help them. Be helpful. People love to be helped, right? And if you can help somebody, they'll be appreciative. And if they think that you're going to help them again in the future, they'll subscribe. So they'll see your next video. Or if they think you can help them in a live stream and you might answer one of their questions, they'll join your live stream. And if YouTube sees this happening, if this is happening on a regular basis with a lot of people, you put out a new video and it does really well, the YouTube will put it in front of more people. It's as simple as that. So yeah, the YouTube and the algorithm, when people say YouTube and or the algorithm doesn't like them, I just shake my head. It's like, no, that you're missing. The missing link here is viewers. You need to make something that the viewers want. It's like, and I said this metaphor is going to start to get old, but I like it. I said it last week, and I think I said it the week before. It's like being the owner of a store. You're not going to stock the shelves of your store with stuff you like, right? If you want to be successful in the store business, you're going to stock it with stuff that your potential customers like, because they're the ones going to be buying. So viewers are the customers here. Really, it's the advertisers, but the advertisers that go, like, as long as the viewers are happy, advertisers are happy, right? That's kind of the way it works. So anyway, there you go. Hope that helped. Oh, sorry, I missed a super chat. Retired Life. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Where is it here? Let me find it so I can see your full name. There we go. Retired Life Mexico. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Hit the like button. Thanks for your tips. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Master Vocational. I don't mind constructive criticism, but when those are the only responses I get from new viewers, they have never responded positively on all the hundreds of other videos that I make on repairs. Was that a question? I don't mind. All I can suggest, so I don't know you, I don't know your channel, but all I can suggest, if you're getting a huge number of criticism and no thanks or praise or anything like that, you gotta look at your videos objectively. Like try to answer the question, why would somebody be interested in your videos? And I'm not saying this in a mean way or anything like this. This is the way you have to look at your videos. Are you being helpful? Like, are you trying to help people out? Are you trying to answer people's questions? Right? Like, I don't know. If you're not, then that's what I would change. If you think you are, then just try to do better at, asking people what they want. Like in your videos, you're talking about repairs. Like, if there's anything else you'd like to see me repair, I'd love, like, I'd be willing to, I'm open to suggestions. Like you have to try to get them to speak. And as far as criticism, like if you're getting criticism, there's people like that, okay? There's people that are going to be, and it's horrible. There's people out there who exist, it seems, only to be critical of others. And that sucks. But the way you need to look at that is a reflection on them and not you, okay? You're doing something. You're making videos. I think you said hundreds of videos. That's a feat. That's amazing. That is awesome. How many videos do you think the people who are being critical of you have made? I'd be willing to bet not many, if any. Okay? The people who leave comments like that tend to not be creators themselves. And I think part of it is they wish they were. And you're doing something they wish they did. And they're not even willing to try. Okay? So you've got one up on them. Now, I'm not saying that, like, so now we kind of get into personalities. Like, what type of person are you? Like, how do you handle criticism like that? You don't want to be combative. Like when you get criticism, you don't want to deliver it back. You don't want to, as tempting as it may seem, as it may feel, you don't want to like fire back or snap back or catch them or get a win over them, right? Like that doesn't do you any favors at all. If anything, it emboldens them or emboldens other people who might be witnessing this interaction and may feel like getting in on it, and they will leave a critical comment hoping to get a rise out of you as well. Like I think that happens a lot. It's almost like a swarm, right? Like a swarm mentality. If people start criticizing somebody, other people start piling on, and especially if they see that they're getting a reaction. So don't allow them to put you in that frame of mind. The way I handle stuff like that is, if it's super bad, if it's super bad, that was a funny movie. It's an old movie. If it's really bad, I'll delete it. Okay? If it's really, really bad, I may block that user from ever commenting again. If it's like sexist, racist, hurtful, like really, really bad, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, I'll just delete it. And this sometimes will diffuse things. If somebody leaves a critical comment, just answer with honey. Just say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Have a great day. Or, thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Smile, right? Leave a smile at the end of that. Like, that might be hard for some people to do. And I don't know if you're one of them, but I know I can think of people who that would be hard for them to do, to leave a response. Like if somebody says, oh, you're awful, like I can't stand your videos, you're ugly, your voice is whiny, like I hate everything about your videos. Like, why do you even do this? You're making a fool of yourself. Like if I got a comment like that, I would answer that with, what would I say? If I got a comment like that, and I have similar to that, I would probably say, I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope you have a great day. Like I might just say that. I may not think it. Like I might think, what an absolute jerk to leave a comment like that. Like what's up with him? I may initially think that, but then if I were smart enough and I would probably understand that, okay, that guy's got some problems. There's something going on in his life. I don't know what it is, and it's really none of my business, right? Maybe there's health issues with him, with his family. Maybe he lost his job. Maybe it's a marriage breakup. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he wants to be a YouTuber and he's failed at it for 20 years and he's just lashing out. I don't know. Whatever it is, there's an issue there, but it's not my job to fix him, right? So, you know, I could shout back. You know, that might make me feel, oh, yes, this, you know, haha, I got him. Like, that was an awful thing to say, and this is how I respond to people like that. I need people to know that I'm tough and all this. No, I don't need people to know that. So, yeah, I would just kind of let that go, and, you know, I hope you have a great day, or whatever. And sometimes I've had responses back from people like that apologizing to me, believe it or not, or saying something like, oh, I think you misunderstood what I was saying. It might have come across wrong. That's not really what I meant. Yeah, buddy, that's what you meant. But that's okay. It's okay. This is your way of trying to get out of it or whatever. Other times, people will delete their original comment, which takes my response away as well, which kind of sucks. So sometimes when I respond to comments like that, and I think it's a great response from me, not great in the way that I'm putting him in his place, but great in the way that I'm not escalating, and I think it might be a teaching moment. I'll take a screenshot of it, and I'll put that in a folder that I've got for future videos. Here's something to talk about in a future video, and I'll make a video about it. So anyway, that I don't even remember what the original question was, but oh, here it is. Don't mind, yeah, when the only response is yes. So that can get frustrating. But yeah, if you can handle it that way, hopefully that you find that helpful. All righty. One of my favorite YouTubers, oh, sorry, actually, Scotty Kitty, another super chat. Sorry, almost missed that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Scotty Kitty. Where is it? Right here. I have struggled with dyslexia, mixed up words sometimes, so I'm scared to do my channel. I get it. I mean, I don't have dyslexia, not that I know of. But yeah, you know what? I get it. I get the fear. For me, like I have to drink water often. And when I do, I feel like there's too much saliva in my mouth sometimes. And I feel like sometimes you can hear that. And, you know, sometimes I get self-conscious about that. I say and ah a lot. I guess I've decided it doesn't matter, that it's all just part of who I am. And I'm just going to roll with it. And some people are going to like it and some people are not going to like it. And the people who don't like it, that's okay. They're not going to subscribe. They're not going to watch my videos. That's fine. The people who are okay with it or like the fact that I'm just who I am, they will stick around. And it's with those people that I'll be growing my channel. So what I'll say to you, Scotty, is almost think of it as a superpower of yours, your dyslexia. Like, if you can, try to even have fun with it. Like, if you, I don't know, like just do the best you can. You know, be comfortable, but be yourself. Try to picture yourself when you're making a video. Picture yourself talking to a close family relative, like a mom, a dad, wife, husband, sister, brother, friend, whatever. Somebody who's close to you, somebody who, when you talk to them, you are not subconscious about the way you speak, okay? Or if you do mix up words, how do you normally deal with it when you're talking to somebody you're really close to, right? Do you laugh about it? Right? That would be my approach, but everybody's different. So yeah, if I you know, mixed up my words more than I do in the middle of a video, I'd probably treat that as a superpower. It's part of who I am. I'm not going to try to hide it. And if anything, I'm going to highlight it and say, oh, there I go again, mixing up words. Has that ever happened to you? Anyways, what was I saying? And then I'll go on, right? That's probably the way I would handle it. And that might bring a smile to some people's faces, especially if they have the same thing. Like, there's an idea for you right there. You can make a video about how to make videos with dyslexia, right? You could do that just as an idea and just see, you're probably not the only one, right, who has that as an issue by far. Well, not by a long shot. So that's probably what I would do. Alrighty. I say thanks for watching and commenting. My channel may not be for you. Yep, that's fine. That's pretty benign. So yeah, that's a good way to handle it. Absolutely. Haha, imagine someone making a video commenting in a funny manner on his or her hate comments would be a funny video. Absolutely, and I've thought about doing that before. I just think, I wish I had been, I guess, cataloging them. Maybe I should start at some point. It would be a lot of work to go back and find them all. Maybe AI can help me with that. But yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good video idea. I'm gonna write that down. Funny video comments. See if I remember what that means. Mike GR, I learned from my first principal in teaching a great suggestion, know their story. Nobody wakes up in a bad mood. There's a reason we all act the way we do. Yeah, I believe that. Absolutely. And we don't know what's going on in other people's lives or minds, right? We've got no way of knowing. And people have different ways of lashing out. And if you can, I guess, empathy, I think, is a powerful thing, trait to possess, I guess. If you can understand, or at least understand that somebody might be going through something that you don't understand, give, at least if you're able to give them grace in that, I feel like your life would be even easier, right? And just, we may, like, I don't pretend to understand what's going on in everybody else's life. I can't. There's no way to know. But there could be something. So, again, it's not my job to, I could be empathetic. I could try to be as helpful as possible, but at the end of the day, it's not my job to fix people like that. So, but I do feel it's something I should do for the sake of my channel and for you guys who watch my videos, to sometimes point out how I would respond to comments like that. And if you can see me responding to comments like that, perhaps that would help you understand how you might be able to respond to comments like that. Does that make sense? Ready. Delete the negativity. Yep, you can absolutely do that. See, the other thing is too, everything that I'm saying about how to deal with negative comments, I'm basically telling you how I deal with them. But ultimately it's up to you how you want to deal with them. Some people just absolutely cannot handle seeing negative comments about them on their channel and want to delete it. And that's okay. That is totally okay. Just delete. But, I guess what I would caution people is resist the temptation to snap back and to fight back or to defend yourself. You do not need to defend yourself. You're making videos, right? You don't have to defend anything that you make a video about, right? So, you can answer benignly or you can delete it. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because that's something else. And I've gone down this road too in a video before. How many Americans are here, right? What is it? What's your First Amendment right? Is that free speech, I think? Like in Canada, we've got free speech, or it's something a little bit different, but free speech. I get a lot of people making comments on my videos sometimes. How do they usually say? They talk about free speech. Like if somebody leaves a negative comment, if they hear me tell people how I think negative comments should be dealt with, and when I give the option of just delete it or, or block them, right? I'll get people coming back to me and say, what do you mean? First Amendment, like I should be able to say whatever I want to say. And my answer to that is, well, okay, first of all, this First Amendment thing, that is an American thing. And yes, YouTube is an American company. However, YouTube channels, they don't fall in that category. Like, YouTube is the platform. I own my channel. Like, well, maybe I technically don't own my channel, but the content in it, I have the ability to to delete whatever content I see fit. Any comments that I don't like, for whatever reason I can delete them. And there's no First Amendment thing that says I can't. I absolutely can. It's my channel. It's basically my little playhouse. And if I don't like somebody saying something they're saying, I can kick them out, right? I can block them, right? It's so that argument doesn't apply. So anyway, I don't know why I went down that road, but what else is going on? Opinions vary. Absolutely. Yeah, opinions aren't fact. Opinions vary. Everybody is entitled to an opinion. Totally agree. They have the right to say it. I have the right to delete it. There you go. Absolutely. The First Amendment means the government, and I apologize, I didn't mean to get into a big debate on the U.S. Constitution. I am in Canada, I'll remind you, so I don't totally know. The First Amendment means the government cannot put you in jail for speaking out against them. It has nothing to do with someone's personal YouTube channel. Right, yeah, okay, very good. Very good. After 2019, everyone should be aware YouTube is not a free speech platform. It's not. I don't know what 2019 means, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's never been a free speech platform. It's a platform for making video. It's a video hosting service for free is what it is. You get to host videos for free, which is fantastic. Now, oh, by the way, if you're successful at growing your channel and a lot of people want to listen to you, you can also make money doing it. So that's kind of a nice side part of it, but we have to remember YouTube is not, it was not created as a place where people can create careers. Like, that's not what it's initially about. It's about people uploading videos and other people watching videos. It's a giant video platform. And it's kind of cool the way it works. Like, the more people want to watch a certain video, the more views it gets and the better that creator gets. So, you know, now there is a way for creators to make a living on YouTube, or at least make a good side income, right? So it's kind of cool that way. But at its core, it's free video hosting service, right? We can upload. Now, free, what do you mean free? Like, well, it means you don't have to pay to upload a video and have people watch it. But instead of not having to pay for it, YouTube puts ads in your video. And that's how they are able to provide you with the servers and everything you need to upload your videos. So it's a pretty cool service. I haven't had any negative comments yet, but what I would probably answer them anyway. It's the spammers I definitely block. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, spammers. I hear you there. I hear you there. Thank you. I hope to my antique booth and what I buy. Hey Rob, new feature from YouTube. During a live stream, you can click the menu at the bottom of the comments and schedule the live stream to switch to members only at the end. Really? During your live stream, you can click the menu at the bottom. Well, I click there. Members only live stream. There it is. Wow. Why don't we give that a shot? When I'm finished here, I'm going to do that. All right, there you go. So in the next 15 to 30 minutes, I'm going to switch this into members only for 20 minutes, whatever, half hour. So I haven't done that in a long time. So any of you who are still members, so I used to do these doc parties or after parties where I'd go live just for members only. And, you know, gives you more of an opportunity to ask questions. And I haven't been doing it since When was it? Like this year. So I think December was the last time I've hosted one of those. But let's do one today. There you go, Scott. Thank you. I see it there. Well, I'm not prepared, so we'll see how that works. So tell me, oh, you said I haven't tried it yet, was going to try it tomorrow night, but you get to test it for me. Well, I see something here I can click, but I don't want to click it right now because I don't want to end this live stream yet. So I will go back there and click it. Oh, it says schedule your live to switch to members only. Yeah, no, I'll just click that when I'm ready to do that. Greetings from Poland. Hello, Agnes. How are you? FOMO for those who aren't members. That's right, Kate. That's right. If anybody wants to join and be in on that, there's a join button somewhere on my channel below. I want to say it's $5 a month, something like that. I don't remember. Can you do a video about the business side of YouTube, or maybe some snippets of your 8-week course or content? Yeah, business side. Yeah, so I talk about the business side a lot in the Creators Growth Project that I run. That's all about growing a YouTube channel and growing a business around it and everything you need to know to do that. I help you get started with all that. But yeah, no, I should make another, and I've been kind of hinting at it, but I should make a video that kind of ties a lot of things together as to how you go about doing that. A lot of people get hung up on the getting monetized by YouTube as being like the end all be all. It's like, oh, I need to get monetized, but that is not how you succeed with YouTube. I mean, it's great, but like when you get monetized, then what? You're going to start earning $100, $200, $300 a month. That could grow as long as your channel continues to grow. That could grow as well. But you know, it's not generally considered full-time income. Whereas if you have something else to offer, then you could generate a full-time income, whether it's creating courses and selling them, writing a book and selling them, whatever it is you want to offer, merchandise, coaching, consulting, whatever it is you want to be able to offer, you can use your YouTube channel as your lead generator, your marketing hub, right? And then make money in other ways. And then, so yeah, there's lots of other ways you can make money with YouTube, and it's about time that I make a video like that. I think I've talked about it before, but not in any great detail. Right, I would wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. My ex-husband was dyslexic, and he was an engineer, scientist, and vice president of an engineering company. Wrote and presented technical papers around the world at conferences. Wow, that's pretty cool. At what point or number of subs can you do a members-only live stream on YouTube? I want to say it's 500. I think you need to be tier 1 monetized, which is 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. That opens up things like super chats, super thanks, memberships, right? Once you can set up memberships, then you can do live streams through your memberships, right? I believe that's the way that works. How is your challenge going? The 20K AdSense goal you had, or the challenge you wanted to see if you could go full-time with only AdSense money? Well, I'm not there yet. I had a really good month last month, mostly from one video. It is time that I do an update. Soon I'll be doing an update on that, right? So you're referring to a video I made about 2 months ago, I think, trying to grow my AdSense to 20 grand a month, which I know some people have done it. I think it's quite difficult, but there's some things that I'm trying to go in that direction, but not having success yet. Well, some, but not consistent. Let's say that. All right. Let go of fear, accept it, and follow your passion. There you go. I'm just trying to supplement my SS income. $200 or $300 a month would be welcomed. Yeah, absolutely. Anything like that would be welcomed. But yeah, it helps if you think of YouTube as a hobby first. Like the last thing I'll ever suggest anybody does is quit their job and become a YouTuber. You know, without having started YouTube first. Like YouTube, if you want to do that, if you eventually want YouTube to become your full-time thing, you need to start it. Like if you still need an income, you need to start it on the side while you still have your job, and do it as a hobby first. Do it intentionally, but as a hobby, not as your full-time thing, because you know it could take years before you make enough to be a full-time income, right? So yeah, be careful of that. Anybody who's thinking of that. Hi, Rob. How do you usually handle international payments? Thanks a lot. So the way I handle it is I just, like anything I sell, right? So my courses, my coaching, mentorship, and all that stuff, I charge in US dollars. Okay, so just to keep it simple, I'm in Canada, but you know, not unless you live in Canada, you're not very familiar with the Canadian dollar and what it's actually worth. Whereas the US dollar is pretty much recognized globally. Everybody knows what that is. So just to keep things simple, and I think I only get maybe 7% of my viewers are Canadian. It's over 50% of my viewers are in the States, around 7% Canadian, UK, and Australia are all around there. And other countries are lower than that. But so by far, my viewership is American. It just makes, and yeah, but 93% is outside of Canada. So it just makes sense to go with the US dollar. So I list all my prices in US dollars. And yeah, how do I handle international payments? I say, pay me in US dollars. And then it'll go into my either PayPal account or whatever, credit card, and it gets converted to Canadian dollars for me when it comes to me. So just to keep it simple. If someone comes to your house and writes something mean on your wall, you have the right to wipe it clean. I like that. Good metaphor. Absolutely. Yeah, can you imagine somebody standing back at your front door and said, I wrote that, you can't erase that because it's mine, I get to write whatever I want? No. Very true. What else is going on? So I'll be here another 10 minutes if anybody else has any other questions. And then I'm going to switch over to the members only live. The unannounced members only live. It's not set up. We're going to see how this works. I'm going to click a button and I don't know, is it going to start a new live stream or is it going to kick out the people who aren't members? I don't know how it's going to work. So we will see. Oh, incidentally, what do you guys... so yeah, I'm in the middle of, I don't know how many of you saw my post before this live stream, but I'm in the middle of kind of a makeover for my live streams. I'm changing some things, right? So part of that is I built a new wall, right? A new acoustic wall, which you can't see here. I will switch camera angles so you can see. Another part of it is the multiple camera angles that I'm setting up. So there's another, I got a camera mounted up there. That is just a webcam, the C920 webcam. Hello, you see me? Yeah, up here. It's just a Logitech C920 webcam. You probably couldn't hear me because I've got this mic set up. Something else I'm doing, that's the next step, I'll do that this week, is, and it wouldn't be hard to do, just I'm gonna use the DJI mic. I'll clip that here, I'll plug it into my dock, and then I can press a button and make that mic the active one. Actually, I'm going to do that in the members only live stream. I'm going to leave this out just to test that and see how it works. I also have that camera set up to, where is that one? That is, that one? No, oh, that's my phone. Nope, nothing there. That one. So I didn't create a scene for that other one. Okay, the intro. Okay, Okay, you don't want to hear that intro again. But anyway, yeah, so, and there's one other camera I've got on order that's coming, just another little webcam. It's going to be the permanent peanut cam. I'm going to, anyways, there's lots of stuff that I'm doing here. What do you think of the wall, though? Let me know what you think of that wall. Look better? It used to be just curtain, black curtain across there, black curtain across there as well, which I took down so I can see the closet doors again. But anyways, I'm going to mess around with the different scenes and just kind of give everything a facelift. Rob, did you run a cable to the webcam or is it wireless? All right, I haven't done this yet today. Let's hook up the cell phone camera like this and switch to iPhone. Is that not working? Nope. 1 second. 1 second. Too many buttons I'm clicking here. So let me change this. Go in here, General, AirPlay and Continuity. Turn the continuity camera on. Now that should be available as a camera source. Let me try to select it. Turn on. How come? No. It's not working. What's going on? Maybe I'm overloading some things. iPhone. Oh, there, now it's working. Okay. All right, so iPhone. So what did I do? So what I did, you can see the wire up there? Going there, wrapped around that, going over there, around that light and down, around that light and into the back of that dock. Where's Peanut? He's over there. So yeah, so that's the way I did that for now, but I have a longer cord on order, so it's going to look a little tidier than that. And then I've got the other camera up here pointed outside. Okay, just pointed out to the backyard. And that wire, again, is running all along there and to the back and plugged into that thing there. So that's how I'm doing it. Oh, and if you don't believe me, we look back there, look at that. No dust. Oh, a little bit of dust on the MacBook. But the camera, doesn't that look a whole lot cleaner? There you go. That's how I have that set up currently. Me only. There. So there you go, office tour. How is the peanut cam going to work? Anything like watching the bald eagles with eggs in their nest? Kinda. I mean, I haven't decided. What should I do? I mean, I could have her in the. I'm going to have a webcam on her, not on her. Well, we'll point it towards her. Wouldn't that be something if I had a wireless webcam around her neck or something and just you see where she goes? I've seen videos like that before, but no, I'm not intending on doing that. I don't think she would allow me to do that. Kate, I'm all in for the Peanut cam. Yeah, so I think it's just going to be a camera on Peanut all the time. Like if I use a tripod like this, and I'll put my phone on it, and then extend it, and just point it at her. There's no light on her right now. Turn this light on. There you go. She's wondering what I'm doing. And then switch to my phone. Right there. There you go. Peanut cam. But what I can also do is, let's see now. I will add another camera source here. And I'll change that to the iPhone right there. And I can change the size. Shape is custom. All right, so I can kind of change the size of the Peanut cam like that. I can zoom it in if I want, reposition it. Yeah, I probably don't need to do that. Or just kind of move it a little bit higher. There, how's that? Peanut cam, and then I can just put her down in the corner so you can always see her while I'm talking. So that's one way we could do it. Don't put her on the internet when she has no clothes on like that. Let her put something on. Yeah, no, that's her summer cut. That's her summer hairdo. She gets that once a year. It was time. That's part. I mean, there was no point in vacuuming in. Well, I guess there's a point, but vacuuming in here before we got all the hair taken off her. So, how are you switching the camera feeds? I'm doing that with Ecamm Live. So I've set up a whole bunch of scenes in Ecamm. I've got one called Me Only, which is this camera here. Well, actually now it's this camera and the inset one. I've got one called the Sky Cam, which is that one up there. And I'm selecting them. Now, the proper way to do it is to map all these to my Stream Deck, and then I can just press a button. And once I'm more organized and know exactly how I want all this set up, that's what I'll do. But it's really, with Ecamm, it's really easy. Like if I'm highlighting the Peanut Cam right now, Command C to copy it. Now if I go into Sky Cam and Command V to paste, there, it pasted that in there too. So now the Peanut Cam is in both of those scenes. So me and the Sky Cam, or Sky Cam and Peanut, and Me Only with Peanut, whatever. So yeah, there's all kinds of, or just the iPhone only, there you go. So as you switch back and forth to different scenes, and there's also me and the screen. Okay, that's when I'm sharing my screen here and I want to show you something, right? I want to show you a demonstration, whatever, I can switch to that. I mean, I could have a scene that has everything on the one scene, right? And now that's what this one was. Yeah, there you go. So there's a scene that I've got and it's all live. So if I put my hand in front of the Peanut Cam, you can see it here. If I put my hand, oh, I can't here. I've got this camera right up against the window, so there's no room for my hand right here. I've got it right up against the window, leaning against the window, in fact. Oh, thought something fell. So, yeah, so pretty cool. He uses quad lock stuff. Yes, that's what this is here. This little attachment here is a quad lock connector. See, it says quad lock right in it there. It's a quick connect. I've got my iPhone case has a quad lock case. It's a quad lock case that I can attach. And I have 3 of these, so I can easily take it off one, put it on the other. Quad lock is a way to attach your phone to your bike. That's what I initially got it for. I have a quad lock attachment, like one of these on my handlebars, so I can easily put my phone on my bike, and it's my speedometer. I don't text while I ride my bike, but I can see how fast I'm going, how long I've been exercising for, stuff like that. So it's cool. When I found out that they had a tripod attachment for the quad lock, I got one, and I couldn't believe I went a couple years with just one before I realized, wow, I keep having to take it off. It'd be handy if I had 2 or 3 of these. So I bought 2 more only a few months ago. Zoom Peanut in. I can do that. Zoom Peanut in. There you go. There's Peanut. And center her. There you go. One more time. What's the phone case? Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. We just answered that. Quad lock. Is it protective when you drop the phone? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Yeah, it's... Okay, I'm going to disrupt the Peanut Cam for a second so I can show you. I'll take this off and just show you that's the case. And see, it says quad lock there. So you can kind of see me. This is a little Inception-like, but yeah, so that's the case, and it's got a bit of a bumper around the edges, so it does help if I drop it. All right. Russ, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all your great info, Rob. No problem. No problem at all. I enjoy these. Okay, just dropped my $1,200 Samsung, broken in many pieces. Ouch. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Let's see. It's in the video description, quad lock case. They're really cool. You can get mounts for a bike as well, also for your car dashboard. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I don't have that one. I think you can get a suction cup one too. So, yeah. Alrighty. You know what? I'm going to have to say goodbye. However, here, let me switch back to just me. Me and the peanut cam. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this. This was fun. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going to go on with all these camera angles, but I'll set something up that I think is repeatable and will work. In a minute, I am going to switch over to the members only, and I'll be here for another 20 or 30 minutes as long as people want me to be. First after party we've had in quite a while. And I'm going to do it with, before I go, let's just have a quick look at the poll. What was the, so what dust? 50% of you says what dust? How often do you dust behind your desk setup? 23% monthly, 16% weekly, 11% only when people notice. That's actually kind of what I was. And 50% what dust? Awesome. What am I doing here? I'm clicking. All right. Okay, so yeah, thanks for coming. We'll do it again next week. Look for a video from me tomorrow, hopefully by noon. That's the plan. Going to have a video out by noon tomorrow. And other than that, I'll see you next week. Or if you're a member, switch over to the live members only. And I'm going to try to do that right now. So I'll say goodbye. I don't know what's going to happen when I press this button. But for some of you, see you next time. And for others, see you in a minute. Oh, it says level all channel members. Yes, all channel members. Start in 5 minutes. No, let's go start in 1 minute. Schedule. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Here, I want to show you guys what it so if Scott, if you're still here, this is what it shows me. So let's just go back. So members only live stream new. I'll click on that and I can select the level. Okay, so all channel members, and you can schedule it. I'm going to schedule it for 1 minute and we'll see what happens. Schedule. 1 minute until you switch to members only is what, you're not even seeing this, sorry. Me and the screen. There, it now says here, it said 1 minute. Get excited, 1 minute until members only. You'll be redirected automatically. Sorry, I clicked away from that. I thought you were seeing what I was seeing, but you weren't. So I'm just going to wait. There's a countdown. Is there? Okay, good. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't have my channel on, and I don't see a... Oh, no, I see time, 25, 24. Let's see what happens. I'll leave the peanut cam on. Should we zoom into her a little bit more? Recenter her. There we go, just like that. Zoom in a little bit. There you go. She is alive. She's just asleep. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.